Okay, we're back, and I've kind of decided to do the last three things kind of together. I might as well start with this pack here because it's going to be really boring, so I'm not going to bother opening this yet. But this is a bundle of the three extra sort of terrain packs, or terrain themed packs that were available originally individually, but eventually they put them into like a Kickstarter bundle, and it's simply called the Locations of Enderon, and there's three. Now I can't remember what the third one's called, but I know that one is based on mines and one is based on sewers. The third one is kind of based on a Great Hall, I believe, but I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, that's basically what that is, and it's kind of just extra terrain, really. A lot of it is actually, well, maybe not all of it, but certainly some of it is kind of repeated in some of the terrain that I might have already shown you. But that is all that is. It's nothing super special. So I just thought I'd get that out of the way. So the main chunk of this particular video will be the opening of the second expansion, which is Forbidden Creed, and the bad guys box here, the Revenant Retribution. So let's get going and start off with the Forbidden Creed. So if we have a look on the back, I'll give you. I forgot to do this in the last one, but there's a quick look at the terrain that's included. You can see it's kind of more upper level type stuff, as well as some lower level. And then obviously this is quite a character and wandering monster heavy themed box. So let's get into it. I do apologise if you're thinking, well, I just rip the plastic off, like a lot of people do. But I tend to, until I actually start playing the game, I tend to, if I can, it doesn't always work. But I prefer to try and keep the plastic on the box if I can. Especially if it's got a sticker on. I mean, a lot of the stuff hasn't. But the original board game actually has a Kickstarter exclusive sticker on it. And I might try and get that off, but I think they're quite difficult to get off, which is why I kind of want to keep plastic on if I can. For these, it doesn't matter so much, but it's quite an efficient way of getting into the box, so just continue doing it. So this is like I said, the Forbidden Creed expansion, and very similarly, it starts with the rulebook, and again, I presume it's the same sort of thing. It's kind of, the actual quest itself, and no doubt a bit of new rules, so some new terrain rules, and some new magic, and the new companion rules. So I was right, these guys are companions. Yeah, just a quick explanation of those, and obviously the components there. So that's the rulebook. Then we have the character sheets and the counters, and so it looks like we've got, let's have a look at these. So it looks like the Ascendant is back in this, of course he is included in this set, so there's the stat card for the Ascendant. Then we have the, there's the Golem, the Melodite Golem, looks quite nasty. And then we have the companions, so we have a crow there called Nin. Then we have a weird little creature called Astet, a kind of weird dragony type bird called Riki, a weird kind of sluggy equipment carrying beast. It looks like perhaps he stores equipment in his mouth, called Tinklet. And then we have this weird little Dobby-esque looking character here called Miri. Now he has two versions. He has his free and his bound version. I presume his other version is on the back of the card, perhaps, or it could be on. Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, you're right. And then of course the four extra characters. So we have Khan, who is a Resian. I don't think I've come across that alien race before. A Fedra, who's a human. Chow, who's an Ease. Now, I think the Ease have been spotted in core space before. And finally, another human called Numenor, and he's the guy who kind of looks a bit like Thor, actually. And yeah, extra equipment. And it does actually tell you some extra special rules, like for these items here, they're uncommon. And for these items here, they're only used with the Aeon Adventure expansion. If you have this expansion, add them to the supply as normal according to their rarity. If you do not have this expansion, keep them separate for now. So that's really cool. And then finally we have the exclusive items for this adventure, which it says to put them in their own separate bag with other exclusive items. So it's really handy that they put that on the sheet there. So yeah, that's the characters. They look really quite interesting. Another little pile of quite a decent pile of terrain there. And finally, of course, we have the miniatures. So it is only NPC boards that you get in this set, not character boards, unfortunately. But like I say, that's literally the more or less the only thing that I kind of regret not getting. I wish that I picked up 4 extra character boards, so that I've got the option to perhaps start a solo campaign with 2 groups. But you do get 4 extra NPC boards in this, which is really cool. We have another custom dice here. This is obviously this expansion relevant. We have some clips and we have some extra pegs, and we have event cards, and we have some more reference cards, and it looks like there's a campaign log on here too, which is really cool. And then we get to the figures. So let's start off by having a look at the Malevant. Not the Malevant, the whatever this guy's called, I've forgotten his name already. But you can see that this guy is a pretty tall miniature. Like I say, it's very similar to a guy that you got on Firstborn. It wouldn't surprise me if they used the same sculpt as a basis. But either way, just like his Firstborn brethren, this guy is bad news, I'd imagine. So that's a really nice figure, kind of floating. We then have another wandering monster. I can't remember what this is called. Perhaps a rock golem or something like that, because he seems to be made out of rock. So that's another wandering monster. Then we have the characters. These are pretty cool. So here we have a kind of a shaman-y looking character. And lots of animal fur. These are kind of very sort of Norse themed characters. So here we have the guy who looks a bit like Thor. He's even got like a decorated hammer, if you can see that. Again, they're kind of molded in the same sort of dark tan plastic, which looks really dark brown on camera from a viewfinder. I'm sure it comes out lighter on if you watch it on a monitor. Starting to really run low on camera power actually. Then we have another animal skin clad, or animal fur clad chap. This is one of those 4-armed alien, well, 3-armed in this case, alien races that possibly you might have got one of the same race in Core Space. And finally we have the companions, and they're really cool little miniatures. Obviously I can't remember their names. But they're very cool. This guy's kind of like a sort of, more like a lizard actually. Sort of like a furry lizard. And there's the... zoom in on rather than pull them out. So there we have the weird creature that eats your equipment. There's the weird crow with 4 wings. There is the Dobby-esque type character, looking very Dobby-esque. And there's his bound version, which, like I say, it's kind of like him all sort of roped up. Strange little fellow. And then we have that weird almost sort of, I don't know what you call that really. So yeah, that is the Forbidden Creed expansion. So that is that. And literally one more thing to show you, and I might as well just do it like I said in the same video, because my battery power is getting low. And that is the expansion for more bad guys, the Revenant Retribution. So let's quickly get into this. This is going to be a pretty simple unboxing. It's basically going to be the figures and some cards. So it looks like you get a smaller version of the tray. Okay, so I'll take this out of the box this time. So as you can see, it is more or less like I said it was. So in this particular set, you've got a little card telling you what the box is designed for. So it's designed to reinforce your horde and increase the difficulty of your games when playing particularly with multiple parties or more experienced adventurers. The miniatures in the box are reinforcements. They will be introduced to your games using the Veterans event cards in this pack. The reinforcement pack consists of 8 Lamentors, 3 Myria and 1 Hellfont. So that is the Lamentors are these weird zombie-esque type looking guys. The Myria are the armoured skeletons, or skeleton-y type creatures, and then the Hellfont, sorry, is the weird tentacle dog thing. Yeah, like I say, it's basically just, you actually get two sets of the basic Lamentors in here, and then you get one of those weird tentacle beasts and 3 more Myria. But yeah, cool set. It's always worth getting extra bad guys because they always come in handy. So that is that, and that wraps up this look at all the Muladin stuff that came with the Kickstarter. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. I certainly enjoyed opening it and having a look at it. I've been waiting for this for a long time, like I say, over a year and a half. And I'm really happy it came, and I'll keep you abreast as I start painting the miniatures and stuff. Yeah, who knows, maybe I might even start a little playthrough with a group playing through the main campaign and sort of do reports on as they start their battles. It'd be quite a cool way of doing some extra content particularly while I'm plugging away at my epic stuff, because like I say, for some reason I just find them underwhelming. They seem to take me way too long to paint up. I'm kind of, it's like I want to paint, but at the moment I'm kind of in a bit of a state where I want to paint, but I don't paint as much as I really should have. So things are taking me like 3 or 4 times as long as they really should. So I'm really slow at producing output at the minute. Although I'm starting to build up a fair bunch of Carthaginians, they are still going extremely slow. I've only got through maybe 4 or 5 sprues. Well, not even that yet. I'm getting there, getting for 4 or 5. Slowly working my way through. Anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it, and catch you